والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء وخاتم المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا بالقاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين واللعنة الدائمة الباقية على أعدائهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد, السلام عليكم. As I had announced last night that in the 3 nights that we have ending tomorrow night, I'll be presenting some passages from Dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, which was recited on the eve of the 23rd of Ramadan. We looked at one passage yesterday dealing with the issue of good deeds and the challenges which come with that. And this evening I selected a passage which is relatively longer than last evening. And this is to do with the relationships that we have with our family members and people in general. And it's interesting to see that in Dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, Imam does not only ask us to pray for refining our akhlaq only in regard to ourselves. No, also to refine our akhlaq when we talk about interaction between ourselves and other people, within the family, outside the family. And this is a passage which begins with the words, وَأَبْدِلْنِي وَأَبْدِلْنِي مِنْ بِغْزَةِ أَهْلِ الشَّنَعَانِ الْمُحَبَّةِ, that Allah replaced this for me with something else. And they are about 7 to 8 issues. We really are pressed for time tonight. It's Maghrib, it is at around 8:21. So we'll go through it very fast. The first sentence is where we are talking about replacing hatred, love with, to replace hatred with love. The writing there should be reversed actually. وَعَبْدِلْنِ مِنْ بِغْزَةِ أَهْلِ الشَّنْعَانَ الْمُحَبَّةِ, O Allah, replace for me the animosity of the people of hatred with love. It's amazing the way Imam asks us to pray in that way, because there's not much that we can do when it comes to Ahl al-Shan'an, the people who have hatred, but still the dua is there that Allah, bring about change in their minds and hearts so that their hatred is replaced with love. Another sentence after that, وَمِنَ حَسَدِ أَهْلِ الْبَغْيِ الْمَوَدَّةِ, O Allah, replace for me the envy of Ahl al-Bagh, the insolent people, the people who really don't care about religion. Allah, replace the hasad, the envy of such people regarding me with affection and mawadda. Because hasad is also is a serious spiritual problem, especially when people act on it. That's where it becomes a very sinful act. The third statement there from the fourth Imam is وَمِن ذِنَّةِ أَهْلِ الصِّلَاحِ أَهْلِ الصَّلَاةِ الثِّقَةِ. This is a very interesting one. Allah, there might be some righteous people in the community, but they have suspicious thoughts about me. Maybe they haven't understood what I said or what I did. They didn't give me the benefit of doubt, and so they have suspicions about me. And so now we are talking about positive people, the people who are good, righteous people. Ahl al-Salah. O Allah, if they have what we call badzani, suspicious about me, O Allah, replace that suspicion in their hearts with trust. Probably people like me need that dua more than others. Number 4, وَمِنْ عَدَاوَةِ الْأَدْنِينَ الْوِلَايَةِ. Now we're coming to those who are even closer. Replace for me the enmity of those close to me with friendship. Now the word adnin actually is used for those who are close in friendship as well as relationship. And so if there are issues that a person is related to somebody else, or knows them, and they are close according to their, relationship, maybe in the past, but now they have animosity. Allah replace that animosity with friendship and wilaya. Number 5, وَمِنْ أُقُوقِ ذَوِي الْأَرْحَامِ الْمَبَرَّةِ. This is even closer now. We're talking about those who are related to us by blood. The word ذَوِي الْأَرْحَامِ, those who are related to us by the womb. They come from the same source, same family. And that's where we use the term blood relationships. That Allah replace for me the disrespect of my blood relatives towards me, replace that with devotion. And mubarra also means not only respect and devotion, it also means, to be charitable. Number 6. وَمِنْ خِذْلَانِ الْأَقْرَبِينَ النُّصْرَةِ. Again, talking about close relatives. Aqrabeen, those who are qareeb, close to us. Allah, if they are members of our family, who have abandoned us for whatever reason, Allah, change that attitude of theirs. They replace for me the abandonment of close relatives with the sense of help, so that they would not abandon me, not cut me off, rather be related to me and help me whenever the opportunity comes. Number 7, وَمِنْ حُبِّ الْمَدَارِينَ تَصْحِيحَ الْمِقَى. And replace for me the attachment of the flatterers with genuine respect. You might be in a position or a higher position, or power. Many people say very good things. But you know that this is just, khush karne ki baatein hain. And the issue of flattery is there. So what do? The dua is that, oh Allah, make that into a genuine respect. Don't leave it only till their tongue. Let it be true when they are praising you or flattering you in that way. Number 8. وَمِنْ رَدِّ الْمُلَابِسِينَ كَرَمَ الْعِشْرَةِ. Wallah, those who are my fellows, my friends, companions, and they have rejected me. Allah, replace the rejection of my fellows with generous friendship. And so when we look at this, 2 more here. وَمِنْ مَرَارَةِ خَوْفِ الظَّالِمِينَ حَلَاوَةَ الْأَمَنَةِ. And this is more a socio-political issue. We might be living in an environment where we have people controlling our society. They are tyrants, and there is bitterness of fear regarding them. And so the dua is, oh Allah, replace for me the bitterness of the fear of tyrants with the sweetness of security. This is probably more relevant when we look at it in a socio-political situation of people, for example, in Bahrain. And of course, even in the United States of America, and to some extent even in our own country. And so when we look at all these different, aspects of life that Imam is talking about, it's important that we have to be aware that yes, there could be problems with people. And not all the problems are because of the people. It's also we have to reform ourselves. We cannot just sit down and say, oh Allah, make people, respect me. Well, we also have to see what are the issues. Some issues might not be in our hands. The issue of suspicion, for example. Badgumani. But then, on the other side, there might be issues that we need to work on it, on ourselves, on our akhlaq, so that the attitude of the people can change. And this is where I would like to, end with this dua, with a very interesting conversation from the Imam who has taught us Makarim al-Akhlaq, Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam. Imam had a companion by the name of Zuhri. And one day, historians and biographers have, different views about him, whether he was a true Shia or not. But irrespective of what was his true faith, he was considered among the companions who used to associate with the Imam. He would come there, ask questions, learn from him. One day he came to the Imam, and Imam saw that he was sad, depressed. So Imam asked him, what happened? He says, Imam, what can I do? You know, all the friends that I have, after a short time, they are no more my friends. I cannot maintain my friends as friends. And because of that, I feel all alone, I feel depressed, lonely. And Imam said, I'll give you a solution to it. And he said, listen, whenever you interact with people, look at them. If somebody is younger than you, then consider him to be like your son or your child, and treat that person in that way. And if that person is older than you, then place them in place of your parents and deal with them accordingly. And if they are same age as you, then treat them like your own brothers. Once your attitude towards people would change, you will see you will have more friends and you will be able to maintain the friendship with them. But then, as we talked yesterday, that with every good thing that you do, there is a bala attached to it. And so Imam says, remember, you know, even when you think about it in that way, and you say, well, you know, he's older than me, or younger than me, or same age as me, you know, sometimes shaitan will come after you and put this idea in your mind, this khannas, that you are better than them. And that becomes a problem again. And that's where you will see that the relationships do not, you know, survive because of that attitude of sense of superiority and arrogance towards others. And so Imam says, at that moment, look at the same situation. If somebody is younger than you, and you think you are better than that person because of your age, then say to yourself, he had less opportunities to commit sins because he's younger than me compared to me. So I am not better than him. Then look at the older one. Now Imam says, don't use this business mentality. Don't reverse the solution here now. Don't say I'm younger than him, therefore I had less chances of committing sins. Look at it in a different way now. He is older than you and think that he had more opportunities to do good than you because he has lived more than you. And if you look at it from that perspective, you will realize that, okay, I don't have basis, you know, to say I'm better than him because I know about myself better than I know about him. And what about if a person is of the same age? And this is where Imam says, compare yourself to that other person. And then look at yourself. You know yourself inside out. You know everything about yourself. You don't know much about the other person. So why would you assume that you are better than the other person? And if that is the, you know, attitude that we follow this advice of the Imam, with all these du'as that we have from Dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, inshallah, you know, things will change. Tawfiq of Allah will come. The relationship within the family, among the aqrabeen and the relatives, and the community at large can become, inshallah, better and better. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.